Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Windy Delia Khairani, 2401819A. My class is K-1 from English Language and Education.
Solomon takes a walk. It was 1 minute past 6 in the evening. Kathy was searching for Solomon, but she could not find him everywhere. Normally, Solomon will be prowling in circles around his bowel mowing, saying, "Come on, Kathy, what kind of cat lover do you claim to be? Have you forgotten about my dinner?" And then Kathy went out into the garden and called, "Solomon, Solomon, dinner time! Come on, you greedy cat! Where are you?" But there was no signs of Solomon. "Oh, he's probably eating out tonight. Maybe there's a nosy neighbor who feeds him on the sly. He'll be back home sooner or later for seconds." Kathy began to feel more worried because Solomon failed to show up later that night. She thought Solomon might be upset, because Solomon can take offense at the slightest thing. Just like only a day ago, her mother had shot at Solomon for scratching his claws on the back of her wishing chair. And he had not been at all pleased when they had given him the food that he hated the most. And there's other reason, but what had happened at this time? Why on earth was Solomon staying away from Kathy? She really could not think at all. In the morning, Solomon still had not come back through the cat flap. Kathy tried to trace him using her mother's crystal ball. "Mom, can you help me find Solomon? His paws are not showing up in the crystal." Her mother, who was in a hurry to go to work at her shop, said, "Oh dear, he must have gone incognito." But Kathy knew that there could be a more sinister explanation too. Something dreadful might have happened to Solomon. Kathy would have to put up reward posters asking for information about Solomon's whereabouts, and quickly prints off 10 sheets showing his cat mugshot and a message to contact her in case of a sighting. On Monday morning, Kathy pinned a poster to the board outside the assembly hall and stood back to assess her work because he had a witch hunch that somebody there might know something about what had happened to Solomon. And Jessica came up alongside her. "I saw that cat," she said. "You did? Tell me." But somehow, Kathy knew that Jessica was not going to say anything helpful. "If I tell you, will you give me the reward?" "Fair's fair. If you help me find my missing cat, I'll give you the reward." "Well, I saw him, but you won't want to know how I saw him, because it's not good. Your precious cat is no more." "You're lying." "No, I'm not. You're just too mean to pay up." Kathy turned her back and left. Jessica called out as Kathy walked away, "Cheat, cheat, cheat!" And there is Kathy's best friend, Isis, was much more sympathetic and promised to help her search for Solomon. They wandered around the streets that evening, calling out his name. "Solomon, Solomon, here kitty kitty, dinner time." And yeah, 3 weeks went by, and Kathy had almost given up hope of ever seeing Solomon's pointy face again. But one Friday, Isis called her in a state of great excitement. "Kathy, Kathy, I've just seen Solomon." "Really? Are you sure? Where are you? I'm coming round right now. Hang on, don't lose sight of him." "It's not like that, Kathy. I saw him on YouTube." "YouTube? What do you mean you saw him on YouTube?" "I mean, I saw him on YouTube. He's got his own show. Only instead of calling himself Solomon, he's got a new name. He's now called Aristotle. And he does magic tricks. Well, some of them are just cat tricks, like opening a door handle with his paw, riding a skateboard and doing a loop-the-loop. Some are definitely magical, like, well, he puts three cups round with his bow and people have to pick which one has the toy most underneath it. Whichever they choose, it's always wrong. Hey, that's an easy trick. Even a cat can do it. Well, he does, and there's another video. It's had 7 million views already, in which he demonstrates how a cat can use the toilet and flush the handle. And his sponsor is Kitty Chunks. Well, now I know it can be Solomon because he hates Kitty Chunks. See for yourself. When they offer it to him, he says, Meow. Yes, please. Kathy scrolled through her phone, and the show of showbiz cat was Solomon. But how did this happen? Even magical cats can edit videos and upload them. Somebody must be helping him. Who? Don't ask me. I'm just telling you what I found. Aren't you glad? At least he's seventh son. Hmm, seems like he's doing rather well for himself. I feel a bit silly that I was so worried about him. Kathy was so perplexed that she could hardly sleep that night. On school, Samantha had a new Android phone. Jessica and several other girls were admiring this new highly expensive status symbol. One of those girls was Isis, who said, "You are so lucky, Samantha. My dad wouldn't buy me one of those phones even if I got A-star grades in everything." This was different. I earned it. In fact, I made so much money over the summer that he should have bought me a Porsche, only I'm not old enough to drive yet. How did you make all that money? It was easy peasy really. If you got talent like I have, that is, I trained my cat Aristotle to do magic tricks. Then I filmed him and create his own YouTube channel for him. We're getting millions of viewers and subscribers, and Dad signed a deal with Kitty Chunks to sponsor him. Isis was furious. You sneaky thieving cat, never! I've seen those videos. That's not your Aristotle doing those magic tricks. Is cat, Solomon. I recognize him anywhere. How dare you lie like that about me? He might look a bit like Cat is Cat to you, but there's an important difference. Cat is Cat is stupid, and mine is a genius. He's got star quality and talent spoiled him and built his career. Cat is done nothing to make her cat famous. And even if she tried, she wouldn't succeed because her cat hasn't got what it takes to be famous. Isis quickly informed Kathy, and they both went to Samantha's house. As they meet Samantha, Kathy said that all she wants is for Samantha to give Solomon back so that they can forget about this incident. But Samantha refused. Two girls headed back for Kathy's house. But surprisingly, there's Solomon sitting on the doorstep when they returned. Wow, why did you decide to come back? I mean, I'm glad to see you, but I thought you had started a showbiz career with Samantha. Kathy sat down next to him and scratched him behind the ear the way he liked. Solomon said he realized that he got exploited. They even threatened to shoot him, but he just laughed and just looked at them. Hehehe, cats can be sued. Kathy was very happy and hugged Solomon. What do you want for dinner, Solomon? Not kitty chunks. I can't stand them. They stink like moose poop. And Kathy promised never to give Solomon kitty chunks for dinner again. So that's the end of the story. One of the words that helped me to understand the story better is perplexed. I thought it was sad, but the real meaning is confused. Just by that single word, it affects a lot of the story. It contains about Kathy's emotion, inference, What I infer, Solomon values his independence, but he learned that freedom without happiness feels empty. Evidence, Solomon left home seeking excitement, but he returned, realized he missed the comfort and love of his owner. Inference 2, what I infer, the importance of being cautious about people's intentions. Evidence, in the magic show, Solomon was exploited for his talents, which made him realize he was being used. Suggestion for readers, enjoy when you read it. The story is easy to understand because the explanation and conversation are explained in detail. And for the writers, it's already amazing. That's all. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.